friends. How are you? I don't even know where to start. You know those days? Yesterday, we went to friends of ours that we were good friends in Florida. They were from up here too. And they had just built a new house. And so we went up there in the pickup truck, took a trailer with a couple of things that Dave was going to work on for us, and knocked and knocked and knocked on the door. Now, if this is your first time here, welcome, welcome. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back. Nobody answered the door. Walked all the way around, stepped in and yelled. Nobody answered the door. So, of course, we're thinking they're not home. Unload the stuff and called the text. Nobody answered the text. So, finally, called again. Somebody answered. Where you at? My house. No, you're not. We're here. They were in the back bedroom hanging up stuff on the walls. So, anyway, we got out and, we wanted to go in, see the new house and all that good stuff. Well, she has built a she shed. And, of course, after, we saw the house, she wanted to show me that, although I had already been out there picking. And we got to working. And got a lot done. Got a lot emptied up. She now knows where stuff's at. She knows... there was some stuff that ended up in there that didn't need to be in there, that, needed to be in a different part of the house. She had, I want this to be like the door that we were knocking on, but also the she shed door. That's what I'm thinking of. There, but I don't know that I like the flowers there in the back of it. So I'm thinking, let's move my stickers out of the way. I'm thinking I want to maybe, I'm looking in this box of paper. I use some of this. This kind of looks like a messy craft room. And emptied up a lot of boxes. And worked. And we worked. Well, I had already taken a couple of pain pills before all that. But I worked through it because she needed the help. You know how it is in a new place. You don't know how you want it. You don't know where you want it. And I have a school teacher voice. Probably a school teacher personality. That can make decisions. And can tell people what to do. Well, we had cleaned so much, we had barricaded ourselves in there. So we decided that we probably needed to clean that out. And it was a short time later that the men came and we decided to all go for lunch. But it was a fun couple of hours, if that long. May not have even been that long. And got a lot done. Trying to think. It was very cold and windy. I might create your own perfect space here. Do I want this down here on the bottom? I got it out thinking, you know, to put it somewhere. We'll try that. But we went in to eat. Oh, you know, with my alpha gal, that's always an interesting deal. Well, they could fix chicken away from the meat, ordering a salad, told them the situation, no cheese, just getting a grilled chicken salad. Well, the grilled chicken salad ended up being iceberg lettuce, some tomatoes, which it would have had cheese, bacon bits. Yeah, so I couldn't eat my salad, which I was kind of embarrassed because David bought it. And so I told Greg, I said, why don't we try, I'm going to just try eating the chicken that hasn't laid on the bacon. And so far, it did okay. But yeah, I felt so bad. Plus, we waited forever for it to arrive. You know, usually you bring all the, you know, food and that salad. But we decided what they had done was fixed all the food, and then my salad. Well, that everybody else was done eating by the time I got my salad, except for Vonnie. So she finished eating, and I started eating, and that's just kind of how it went. But we went back to the house, and we got our truck, and we decided then to come home. I'm going to make 2 pockets, you know. It never hurts to have an extra pocket. You never know what you decide you want to add, or, you know, later I may get, you know, a picture of something I can put in, and if everything else is, you know, filled it all up, I can't use it. So if I can remember, I try and put pockets. I know my brain's not working. Not working. And I don't have much to put on this day. I have more than yesterday. I'll create. Perfect. And this is kind of slick, so I think I'm going to use my tape. So I hope everything is going well with all of you. Moved the clocks today. Greg hung my curtains, and we hung some pictures this afternoon. The boys went golfing. Well, they were going to go golfing, but now when I went for my walk, I saw them, or Andy down there. So I don't know. It's pretty windy. So they may have decided, you know, it's too windy to golf. I don't know. All I know that is if they went, that was just fine. It would let me put something golfy on here. Vonnie's going to really enjoy her she shed, I think. She's got, you know, counter and cabinets and stuff like that in there. It's not huge. Told Greg I'd have to have bigger. Vonnie said, yeah, like twice the size. But it's not going to happen in my lifetime. So, you know, I'll come upstairs and sew downstairs and be fine. Create your perfect space. I have a massage tomorrow, which I am very much looking forward to. Well, that perfume, it's on there now. It's crooked, isn't it? And then I will put some writing space. I want something green on my space. That's kind of what I'm trying, since I'm really not one to hoard, that's what I'm trying to have on every page is something green, which, I mean, yeah, I could have put something like that. And then, since there's not much to write, I'll put this on there with something. What do I have that I can use on the top there? That was my capsule there. I'll put 2 pages on it so it looks like a little tablet. And I could right there if I decide I want to. And then, ooh, I was going to use that little ribbon, but let's use this since we have it out, and let's use the green. I can do that. There. Yeah, I'm not real talkative today. I'm fighting the allergies and the fibro. I'm just ready for some spring. I'm sure all of you are too. I wonder if I should have gotten out my glue gun. This doesn't always make that thick stuff want to stick, if you know what I mean. And then this day was Mom's birthday. She turned 92, but she told me come a different time. Somebody was coming yesterday. I had DAR, which I didn't get to go because of my fibromyalgia, but I still wanted to ride on there. I went for a walk. I used this baby diaper pin to attach that for something different. Then I think I'll just ride here. Greg brought in a baby goat that didn't end up making it, but boy, we gave it the best we had. He fought all day, but she wasn't. And then this is today. Not a whole lot, but you know, there may be more happening. But when I was at Bonnie's cleaning, get rid of this. Hold on a minute while I shuffle my baskets around. She returned some things. I threw it on the floor when I was working. I had given her some leather that she didn't use, and she didn't know what she was going to use it for. And these are some bigger pieces than I gave her that she wanted to get rid of too. So, won't these be fun as journal covers? That's my first thought, especially with like this. I think that will be so fun. Here's some more. Love the color. And here is some more. When we moved up here, I gave a lot of stuff to Bonnie because she didn't know she was moving up here at the time. And then they decided to. So, she needed to get rid of some stuff. And she got one of my truckloads of stuff I've talked about. And then I'd given her a bunch of fabric. So I thought I'd show you some of the fabric I picked back out, or somebody else gave her and I took. Yeah. This is some I gave her. And I'm thinking that might make a journal cover. Tell me what month, though. It's pretty bright. So I don't know, but it doesn't look like really April to me. Maybe August, I don't know. And then she had this that I thought would be enough fabric for a couple maybe. Project Dress-A-Girl dresses I could make. I thought that'd be cute for a little, and then I could get other fun fabric that looks maybe more kiddish as pockets and ties for it. This is one I just thought was interesting. I'm not sure if I like it or not, but I liked this mauve. And it may make a Project Dress-A-Girl dress with maybe some purple pockets and some bright, cheery. I didn't get that done last year as much, so this too, these, except for that first one, were ones somebody else gave her. This, I hope to make a Project Dress-A-Girl. Look at that orange. Maybe, I don't know what month either. Let me know what month you think these would go in if I'd used them as a journal cover. But this, I think, will be a Project Dress-A-Girl. I like to do that first, and then, and I did not have fabric for Project Dress-A-Girl. So, this is just some white cotton muslin for stamping on. She did not know what she was to use that for, so I said, here, I'll help you. And I don't need it. I don't need anything. This would even make a fun cover. And really get it decorated up, wouldn't it? Maybe like in January. Think white. Old Standby. Can you beat check? Love checked. And then I've got this. I thought this was really cute for a little dress. And then with light blue and yellow. Oh, this says Steph's Placemats. Guess Stephanie's not getting her placemats. Oh, I bet that's what she used the rest of it for. Pink polka dots. Love some pink polka dotted fabric. Now, this isn't enough for a dress, but it's sure enough for pockets and ties. I try not to make everything pink for little girls because not every little girl wants pink. But if there's already quite a bit of pink on it, I'll put pink. And don't let me kid you, I will make pink too. Then this will make several. There's a lot of fabric here. Now, the one thing I will have to watch is that it's will cover. We don't want too thin. because we don't want to, you know, be able to see through. The people that Project Dress a Girl tries to protect, you know, in foreign countries, and they do that. We put a little tag on their pocket, and that will let them know that they're protected little girls. Somebody's keeping an eye on them. There's a lot of fabric there. So once I get it unfolded, I will have to decide whether or not this is thick enough, because I don't know how to do linings. This, I thought, has lots of ravelings. It was somebody with a serged on part of it. But I don't know how much is here, but it looks old. So I'm not sure what I'll do with that. It may just become ruffles or fabric flips or something like that. I don't know. And I must decide to make a bird dress, you know. A little girl might like that. And then we have this. I don't think any of this was really my this was, I think. I know what I got this for. I got this for adult bibs. I was making adult bibs for a while, and that's what this was for. And my hospital auxiliary, we make bags and for ports, you know, covers for the seat belt and a lot of things like that. And this one might go on those because, and maybe that yellow, if it's too thin, I'll just donate it to the hospital auxiliary. So that's kind of my little haul. Didn't cost me anything. And I'll put this in my scrap fabric drawer here. And put these away where they go until I need them. And until then, you have an absolutely wonderful day, and always remember, you have a purpose. Bye for now.